Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Police in the town of Clinton are investigating the death of a 58-year-old man. Thursdays, officers responded to an apartment complex on Water Street to conduct a wellness check when they came across a dead body. Tonight, the district attorney's office say they've identified a suspect. Our Cam Jandro has the latest.
A Water Street apartment in Clinton is lined with yellow police tape. A wellness check at the complex led police to a tragic discovery.
Police found inside 58-year-old Roger A. Bemis, who was deceased inside his apartment. Mr. Bemis had injuries that indicated, and it was obvious that foul play had occurred.
Worcester County District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. says the body was discovered Thursday evening. According to Early, Bemis appeared to have been dead for a number of days. Information from the scene and neighbors led the state police stop team to the home of 48-year-old Dean Valchis Friday afternoon.
They heard moaning coming from the backyard of the house. It appeared that the suspect had fallen from a tree stand and had become seriously injured.
Valchis was transported to the hospital and faces charges of assault and battery causing serious bodily harm. The DA says the connection between Bemis and Valchis is unknown at the time. Clinton Police Chief Mark Lavrador believes this was an isolated incident.
And I just want everyone to know that they should feel safe conducting their daily activities in town.
Now, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has accepted this case, and there was an autopsy performed earlier this afternoon, but the results of that are yet to be released. Once the suspect has been discharged from the hospital, he will face arraignment. In Clinton tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Early says the charges may change following the results of the autopsy. A Shrewsbury man who tried to break into a Worcester mosque in 2017 is sentenced Friday. According to police, 32-year-old Andrew Burke was seen on security video going up to the Worcester Islamic Center, kicking the glass door and trying to open it. According to the Telegram and Gazette, Friday, he was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges including attempting breaking and entering with intent to commit a misdemeanor and a civil rights violation. Grafton is selling a more than 8-acre lot of land, which the state transferred to the town. The land includes the site of the former Grafton State Hospital. The Board of Selectmen signed a deal with the state this week through the Division of Capital Asset Management and Maintenance to put the land on the market. The town says they plan to find a developer who will utilize the land for mixed-use development. If the town sells the property within 3 years, they'll split proceeds with state in what they call a sales partnership agreement. A home construction project in Westborough led to more than a 100-year-old discovery. We spoke with the homeowner today about the find. Contractors knocked down this wall at Christine Anthony's Westborough home. They found artifacts dating back to the late 1800s.
He instantly recognized that obviously they were letters.
Anthony says the home is believed to have been built in 1875. The letters, dating back to the late 1860s, early 1870s, are written to and from a mother and her sons, Byron, James, and Mary Donovan. Byron Donovan is believed to have served in the Civil War.
They were a son writing to his mother about what was happening in his life. One of the sons wrote about how it was breakfast time at the reform school that he was living at, and he needed to go to have breakfast because they're serving breakfast. And another son who was living in Iowa wrote to his mother about the weather and how it was a December day, but it was quite warm out, and how lovely the winter had been thus far.
Aside from the letters, Anthony also discovered old receipts, pictures, and a recipe book.
When you see these letters and there are a few pictures and some receipts, it becomes so real that for many generations people have lived in this house. It was exciting.
Anthony says she plans to reach out to the town historian to scan and preserve the letters. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority wants to upgrade to the Midtown Mall in downtown Worcester. The WRA says the mall needs work to keep up with the rest of downtown Worcester. Our Olivia Lemon has the story.
A quick walk through the Midtown Mall reveals several empty storefronts. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority is looking for solutions to revitalize the site. They say it's underutilized and underdeveloped.
They decided today that we should take the initial steps of getting appraisals on the properties, because if we were going to acquire them, the regulations under the urban renewal statute require that you get 2 appraisals before you do any acquisitions.
The same person has owned the building for decades, but the city says if he doesn't want to help redevelop it, they would look to seek eminent domain.
Ideally, what we've always wanted to have happen was, if we start to talk about these properties, number one, hopefully maybe the owner of a property gets motivated to do something with the property, because these are the ones we've identified that have just sat and been underutilized and just not kept up.
Many businesses inside the mall say they would like to see additional businesses, but don't want to lose their spot in the city's downtown.
People come in, customer come, but we're just praying for many business to be here, and people are coming.
That will help wireless experts very, very much, you know. A lot more customers, a lot more business. I mean, this place is in the middle of the city, so that'll be very good.
Carmelo Colon is in the process of opening a new tattoo shop in the Midtown Mall. His previous location on Boylston Street was damaged in a fire last year.
I was looking for a place to open up my business again. And somebody told me about Midtown Mall, so I came down, I talked to Dean. He was more than nice enough to rent the place to me.
Colon says he sees the potential in the mall and hopes the city does as well.
That's what we need here. We need more businesses in here.
Try to create better space on the ground floor, and you could put some housing up above or offices up above, but we want to activate, the street level.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
WRA plans to meet again in the near future to get feedback from the public on plans for the Midtown Mall. Well, 2 Worcester police officers working a detail arrest a man who was allegedly carrying a loaded gun in a bag of cocaine. The officers saw Marcel Gareth May walking with what appeared to be a firearm in his pocket. The 27-year-old did not have a license to carry. Garrett May ran from officers, throwing several objects in the street, including a bag of crack cocaine. Police say he threw a loaded handgun down a sewer. Garrett May is facing multiple charges, including resisting arrest and use of a firearm in a felony. The Department of Public Works and Worcester Police Department were able to remove the gun from the sewer. With the help of state grants, Shrewsbury is giving the center of town an upgrade. The assistant town manager says new and improved signage will help people navigate the area. Chandler Walsh has the details.
The town of Shrewsbury is spending $80,000 to bring more life to the center of town. The money comes from several grants, including one from the state's Downtown Initiative program for branding and signage.
Directs people to where the town hall is, or where the library or the fire station is, some of our schools, so people who are not familiar with the area know quickly where to get to.
Shrewsbury has already received funding for parking analysis and visioning of how the community wants the center to look. Assistant Town Manager Kristen Lass says a school near the center of town will be relocated, opening space for something new.
We hope to see more people take pride in our town common and town center, and more shops and restaurants and other commercial businesses coming into town.
Downtown businesses like Italian restaurant Amici Trattoria formed a town center association to have a private-public partnership with the town. Amici General Manager Robin Paradise hopes the town's analysis will improve parking in the area.
Parking is an issue, the traffic flow in the parking, and that way people can get here, and I'd love to see more people being able to park and then walk through the town.
Resident James Palmer worries new signage could change the center's feel.
I'd rather not see it, only because it's such a old rural town, and I don't think anyone wants the signage blocking their view.
Amici has been in the town center for about 25 years. Paradise wants to see more businesses and families come in and is confident in the plans in place.
It's, a big town, but still has that small town family feel to it, and I think that's something we can sustain.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Law says the town is working on a study to see how the community wants downtown to look and will have a vision complete in a month or 2. They'll then move forward with zone changes. A government program designed to help small businesses succeed is returning to Worcester for its 2nd year. The Small Business Administration announcing Friday the Emerging Leaders program will be kicking off in April. The free federal training provides the opportunity to work with mentors, workshops, and develop connections with community leaders. The SBA says the first year in Worcester was a big success with 19 graduating businesses. They say they look forward to helping more small businesses in the area.
Allow small business owners to work, at their business, right? So they look at it from the outside, they work with their peers, they don't actually look at literature and books and textbooks and things of that nature. They actually bring their own financials in the classroom. They actually look at the flaws, if any, of their business, things that are working, things that aren't working.
To qualify, companies must have been in business for at least 3 years. The deadline to apply is March 8th. Now to an update on a story we brought to you last night. A Webster veteran's missing wheelchair is found. According to police, the $16,000 wheelchair was returned to Elena Munoz. She tells us a Rhode Island company mistakenly picked up the chair Wednesday morning. Munoz was discharged from the Navy in the late 1980s and uses the chair for everyday mobility.